A true soldier fights not because they hate what's in front of them, but because they love what's behind them. And here are those soldiers being reunited with the ones they left behind. Anderson and Bailey Smith had not seen their dad for 8 months, but on this day, his mission was to give them the surprise of their lives at school.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? How you been? Huh? You miss me? I missed you, buddy.
After 7 months deployment, this soldier not only surprised his wife, but also got to meet his newborn son for the very first time.
My stomach dropped.
But she got to see him meet his son Major, who is just 4 weeks old.
This is Senior Master Sergeant Viviana Molina surprising her husband, Officer Edgar Molina, after being in Iraq for 6 months with the Air Force. And what a surprise! The best way to spend the holidays? Getting over the shock of your big brother making a surprise visit home. He'd been told there was someone special outside, and he was right to be excited. This boy with cerebral palsy was told he'd never walk, but did just that when he saw his Marine dad once more. If there's one day you want to be surrounded by family, it's your wedding day, which is why this bride was so overjoyed to see her beloved brother. This mother gave birth to twins alone due to her military husband being deployed in Kuwait. 12 days later, however, she got the surprise of a lifetime. After being given 30 minutes to get on a plane, this Army pilot made it back from Afghanistan in time for the upcoming birth of his child. They thought it was a back-to-school pep rally, so really couldn't have been more surprised when their Marine dad entered the gym.
Somebody here, a special family member? Mr. Hitler, who's been serving in Kuwait for more than a year.
Thanksgiving. It's all about food, giving thanks, Black Friday, and your family members unexpectedly returning from Afghanistan. Well, it's pretty big and really nicely decorated, but what could be inside? Oh, it's her brother! When he was deployed, this soldier and his pregnant wife joked that she'd be going into labor during his homecoming, but neither of them could have predicted it would actually come true.
Katrina believes she arrived just in time, especially for Mark. Congratulations!
And today, class, we're going to be learning how to give your soldier daddy a massive hug. The last thing this stunned youngster was expecting to see when he removed his blindfold was his Air Force dad recently returned from the Middle East. After spending 3 months in training and 9 months in Iraq, soldier Tim Gordon surprised his son and daughter in school.
You know,
over here, buddy.
This sergeant for the military police in the U.S. Army returned from a tour in Afghanistan to surprise his 5-year-old son. Those long 10 months had all been leading up to this point. Four years of service in the U.S. Marines later, this brave soldier came home to surprise his little brother.
Do you like that surprise? Or do you like that surprise? Which surprise do you like better? This one. That one?
Yes, he managed to shock his parents, but then this returning serviceman woke his little brother for one more special surprise.
Good night, son.
What's up, buddy?
Guess what it is?
What's the most wonderful surprise this little boy could possibly imagine? You're about to find out. This Marine wanted to surprise his younger brother after being away from home for 6 months. Well, he certainly succeeded.
You're gonna go to the movies with me instead. Go give him a hug. Hey, buddy. That is awesome. Yeah? You know how hard it was to keep this a secret?
This soldier returned a week early from a year-long tour in Afghanistan, so he had his wife send the kids to their aunt's house and waited to surprise them at school on Monday. And I think we can safely say it worked. Josh and Jessica were more than a little excited to see their dad again. You can tell by the subtle way they reacted to his surprise visit.
Found his opening.
When your dad returns from Iraq, it's always going to be difficult to control the tears. This soldier dad had only been away for 2 weeks, but by their reaction, you'd think it was 2 years. This Navy dad had been serving for 7 months, and this is his kid's reaction to his unexpected return.
What is it? Daddy!
Most of us don't enjoy our jobs, and so it's good to take the small moments of joy wherever you can get them. Or huge ones, like this.
Oh, you got it.
That's the pipe.
That was cute.
We've seen some emotional homecomings so far, but hiding behind an inflatable duck has to be one of the most original. When this Norfolk sailor surprised his sons at school, they didn't quite know what to do with themselves. When this soldier surprised his little brother, it wasn't guaranteed that he'd ever let him go again. This first grader harbored a heartfelt wish for Christmas, to have her daddy by her side. And this is the moment her wish came true. Does this toddler remember her daddy? We're gonna say yup. When daddy comes home from Iraq, it's almost impossible to keep the smile off your face. It's just another boring day at high school until your brother shows up. This teacher was deployed to Afghanistan, and when he came home to surprise his class, this was the reception he received. What's the one thing guaranteed to make you drop everything? Your big brother back from the forces. Well, this made a dull day at school significantly brighter, being surprised by his soldier brother.
There's your surprise. There's your surprise.
While playing a game in between innings at a Cleveland Indians game, this little boy realized that his prize was actually his Coast Guard dad coming home from deployment. Brotherly love? You're looking at it. Your high school graduation is a big day, and it's even bigger when your big brother comes home from Japan to surprise you.
Surprise, Ladybug!
If your twin brother's having a stressful day at work, then why not simply fly home and surprise him like this? When he looks behind that door and sees his big brother, we think there's a good chance he might actually explode. Returning from a 10-month deployment in Kuwait, Jordan, and Syria, this soldier decided to surprise his 9-year-old son during Taekwondo class, and there was no blocking the emotions when he saw him. Following an 8-month-long deployment, Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Ginny Walker finally got to reunite with her daughters.
Daughter reunion in Bernie, the first of two for Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Ginny Walker at Andrews.
When you're expecting some food to arrive, and get your Navy son instead. When it's your birthday and your high school graduation all in the same day, you deserve something special. But even so, she wasn't expecting to see her beloved sister. It was inevitable that her brother would make it to her graduation, but there was still a lot to take in.
That's cool.
After the last performance in her senior year musical, she walked in to be surprised by her aunt, cousins, and grandparents, and her brother newly returned from the Air Force.
Surprise!
This soldier, away from his family for nearly a year while serving overseas, decided to surprise his sister in the middle of her first grade classroom.
Kaylee bursting into tears, her students quickly catching on.
You're her brother?
Your family should always be there at graduation, but the love of your life, who just so happens to be a soldier, is an added bonus.
Excuse me.
Another graduation, another emotional reunion, as this airman returns from a journey to be there for his sister. What's the most appropriate way to react when your military brother surprises you? With a massive scream like this. So, what's on the lunch menu today? Oh, only your brother back from the Marines. Sibling love doesn't get more real than this.
Oh my gosh.
This soldier flew to Stillwater from Guam to surprise his sister prior to her graduation from Oklahoma State University, and she was very happy about it too. Her brother's home from the Army, and we think she might be a bit excited. It was too expensive to fly their son home for Christmas, so his dad drove a 30-hour round trip to bring him home. And even better than that, he got to surprise his adoring little sister. Most kids would be quite embarrassed by an unexpected school visit from their mom, but not when she's a soldier.
I miss you so much!
After a couple of quick hugs.
While leading a school assembly, this Long Island teacher was more than slightly surprised by the appearance of her son, a previously deployed U.S. airman. After a 4-year deployment, these two siblings were finally reunited.
Who is this? And then when she came out and I looked, it was my brother.
She's going to be hanging out with me today and tomorrow.
This 3-year-old and her uncle pulled off the ultimate surprise for her Navy mom, flying all the way across the country to surprise her. Lunch is the best part of the day, especially if your military mom suddenly pops up out of nowhere. Wait, if you love our videos, be sure to check out Retrocast. And if Retrocast isn't your thing, don't worry, we have another Akimbo video for you.